No schedules, no deadlines, no rushing back. Just open roads, hidden lakes, and the ultimate sense of freedom. We're the Kronks. After years of being weekend warriors, building our cabin and chasing trails whenever the clock allowed, we've officially traded the Monday countdown for full-time adventure. We've called supernatural British Columbia home for our entire lives, yet we've barely scratched the surface. Now, we finally have the time to slow down and truly discover the magic in our own backyard. From misty coastlines and hidden waterfalls to the rugged mountain roads that lead to nowhere and everywhere. This channel is our real, unfiltered life after work. The quiet moments, the epic landscapes, and the pure splendor of nature in all its glory. The engine is running and the coffee is on. Come along for the ride. Our adventure is just beginning. Good morning, everyone. We are on our way to the lake property up in the Cariboo. We have a tree faller coming to help us out, take down some dangerous trees, some trees that lean toward our cabin or our neighbor's cabin, and we'll bring you along for the ride.
We're so happy to pay $2,099
Pretty sad when you're excited about that.
for a liter.
Okay, this is our fun fact for today. We are driving from Kamloops towards Cache Creek, and we go through a little place that's called Wallaching, and it was actually founded in 1907 as an orchard project. Now it is extremely dry here, but what they did is they made it so that they had the flumes and they would bring the water in to feed the orchards, which I will show you some pictures here of the old flumes. This is what's left of them on the hillsides here. And it is actually in the unincorporated community in BC's dry interior, known as former Ghost Town, due to its collapse of an ambitious 1907 orchard project. There you go. And so there is a lot of dry area around Kamloops, but this is probably one of the driest. Fun fact for the day. Okay, so you can see it's very mucky right now. That's my Christmas tree. It's on a motion light. I know, I'm kind of weird. Tried planting a lot of these little trees. They've come up so wonderfully and they've survived the winter really well. If you're curious why the fancy bricks around the trees, it's because I had 2 male big dogs and 1 female, and they would pee on them. They just would not leave the poor trees alone. And I just couldn't get them to survive. So I had to put little bricks on them to keep them away. We have lots of cleanup to do. Every spring we do, but we try to keep it really nice and clean. Almost like a park setting. And it's really enjoyable that way. It's our little log cabin and our deer. And this Colin shop. And we keep the generator in there. This was our dog's pen. And they were only in there when we had to run up the road or go somewhere so that they would be safe if an animal got into the yard. And that used to be their dog house and our little outhouse. Yeah, so when we got here today, the temperature was 5 degrees inside, 14 degrees outside. So needless to say, it was very chilly in here. but we are going to warm that up in no time at all. And this is our front deck, and it is so beautiful outside right now. It's still 14 degrees. It's a little bit breezy, but you know, we keep our outdoor wood box filled. It'll get filled today. Our barbecue. We have a nice deck with our glider rocker, and we have a covered deck here. We have screen that we put up in the early spring, usually around after May long weekend. It really starts to get really buggy here, so this is where we would put our screen up. There's Colin doing some rodent control. How's it going, hun?
Just fine and dandy.
And yeah, we absolutely love it here, and so we'll get to see a lot more of our property. And yeah, hopefully we'll have a little fire too, cook some smokies. A chicken on the road. We have a lot of ruffed grouse in this area, and we call them chickens. And there he is there.
Hey, good eating.
It's just sitting there in the middle of the road. You can drive right up to them, and half the time they don't even want to move out of your way.
Most of the grouse around here are rough grouse, or spruce grouse. We do have some sharp tail, but they're in pockets, pretty large pockets too, like 30, 40 of them. They're so damn fast.
There's a squirrel. So I catch him if he flies. There he goes. You can get pretty close to them.
They don't tend to fly away too far. The sharp tails, they go a long ways.
They're not the smartest birds.
See some old moose tracks on the road.
Oh, is there any better one? Oh, geez, there he goes. That one scared me. Give your heart a little stop. What you doing? Huh?
Resting.
What? Look at this. You think people come to the lake to relax?
Mm-hmm. Why are you in your pajamas already?
That's the first thing I did when I got here. Huh?
I'm sore.
Sore from what?
I don't know. I'm just not gonna work.
You're just about 63.
Oh,
Yeah, that'll do it.
you're just about 67.
No, I'm not. I'm only 57.
Yeah, right. You can put whatever numbers you want up there. I know the difference.
I'll video you later when you're snoring.
I'll have to wake you up so you can videotape me.
Good morning, everybody. We are here at the lake, and it is minus 2 degrees Celsius here this morning. Colin's already got a head start on the tree faller showing up, and it's only 7:15 in the morning, and he's already taking down a bunch of these little tiny trees. But once the tree faller comes, he's going to be taking down all of these trees that have the big blue tape on them. They are dangerous, as you can see. I'm not sure if you can see. These ones are really dangerous because they lean or top parts, and then these ones, of course, are dead. So that's what we're prepping for this morning. Should be lots of fun. That's a big thump. We have to undo the fence so that these big trees can come down. It'll make it easier for the tree faller and a little bit cheaper for us. So Colin's fighting with his fencing pliers.
They suck.
Because they suck, apparently.
Don't buy Tool Tech fencing pliers.
Cheap is not always the best.
I actually couldn't even find any.
Here he comes.
Let's need to get a couple more wedges.
Okay, well that was fun. Didn't take him very long to do all of that, I'll tell you. It was pretty cool. We've seen some pretty neat things. So, what we're going to do now, as you can see, Colin's in the background. We've sawing up some of the limbs and cutting it into firewood size. It's funny because he has to use my saw. His saw is way too heavy and he hurt his back not too long ago. So, normally he has this massive saw. But yeah, we're gonna get a whole bunch of cleanup done. And then when we come back, I think maybe in the fall, once there's snow on the ground, we'll be able to have a big bonfire, clean a lot of this up then. But for right now, we'll just take all of the firewood size and we're just going to stack it. I've made a stack over here up against this fence. And I think this is where we're going to stack it for now. And then we'll try to figure out what we're going to do after that. But as for these piles, they'll just go, we'll just make one great big pile over here in front of the house. And I think that's probably the best place to burn.
So you might as well gear up, and you can drop those trees in the dog kennel, and those ones at the back you can start delimbing them and bucking some into firewood, and I'll start doing some cleanup. Been a while since you had those babies on. So the yard looks a little different now that some of the trees are been dropped. Open it up a bit. The reason we took some of these out is we might bring a sea can in and or build a like an addition, not an addition, but a storage area for our truck. Just in the winter time we do get a bit of snow up here, so somewhere to park, because we do come up here all year long. And yeah, ones that were leaning towards any of our buildings, or you know, had some decay, or you know, had damage to them, then we decided to take those ones out. We left a few big ones standing, but overall, like I said, in the past there, this area was logged 50-60 years ago, so the majority of them are from that era, but they did leave some seed trees which were bigger trees. And yeah. Same place as the last one. always clean in there?
Yeah, I haven't got it out yet.
Okay, yeah, can you start cutting more of it? Yeah, you were, but you cut. What happened is when you came down, so you cut like this, and then when you started cutting this way. You change your angle, and that's why I was just trying to get you to straighten up a bit. So yeah, that works perfect. So you want to knock the limbs off that, and then I'll help you set it up for firewood. That's the best Christmas gift I ever got.
Okay, that was very nerve-wracking. Let alone being on camera, I have to tell you, I haven't done this in over 2 years, so I'm way out of practice, so I'm sure everybody's got something to say about my technique. But I will get better, I promise, and I am trying to be very, very safe, and Colin does try to give me a really good tip. I think if I did it a little more often, it wouldn't be so nerve-wracking, but yeah, we're getting there. It's getting done, and yeah, I'm exhausted now. It's hard to tell, but that's a cow moose out in a wetland. So cool to see them out in their natural habitat. I'm in Little Fort, BC, and we just stopped to show you the little ferry that crosses the river here. We have lots of these in British Columbia. I'm not sure about the rest of Canada, but they're all free ferries, free crossings, and he just goes back. So these are government funded ferries, and they just run along that cable. And so I think it would be a pretty boring job after a while, but they seem to make pretty good money.
The ferry moves on the current of the river. That's why he's angled that way. He'll angle into the current. And then once he gets closer over here, you'll see him straighten out again and come into dock. And there's several of these ferries throughout the province. Usually on rivers, but there are on some of the bigger lakes. They have them, ferries like this, cable ferries, but mainly a little bigger ferries as well. But there's quite a few of these cable ferries along. They're free to ride. And they just used a small outboard motor to get him in the last few feet there to straighten him around a bit. But when the water's high, that ferry scoots across there pretty quick.